Getaways in Ireland tonight at 11. First, how to build human castles and a bit of flamenco in northern Spain. It's Globe Trekker.
Most people, when they go for their holidays in Spain, go south, but me, I'm going north for the fiesta season. Up there, they say that water is for washing, not for drinking, so I reckon that I'm in for a really wild time.
Spain is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, with over 60 million visitors coming here each year. From Barcelona, I travel in the Basque Country to the cities of Pamplona and San Sebastian. Then it's along the north coast before heading south to the capital, Madrid. Then northwest, where I pick up the Pilgrim Trail at Rabanal, which takes me to Santiago, and finally the Atlantic coast.
Wow, what a stunning square. Excuse me. Hi, do you speak any English?
Yeah.
You do? Do you know any, like, decent hotels around here I can stay? Not too much money, you know?
The cheap one, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Of course. You see there?
Uh-huh.
There is on the corner. You can go there. Then on the left, you can't miss it. There is a pension deli.
Barcelona has an international reputation for its style, art and architecture, so it gets a lot of visitors and it's quite easy to find a good place to stay.
Hola. Hola. Do you have any rooms?
Do you want it double or single?
I think I'll go for double.
Okay. Don't forget the key.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's pretty nice. 4,500 pesetas, about $20. I think it's all right. Spanish really like these little baths, just can't work out why. But the best thing about this room is this. It's really great. It gets very noisy at night, though, so if you're a light sleeper, it might be better to get a room at the back.
When the fascist era ended in 1975, thousands of immigrants settled in Barcelona. It's the capital of the Catalan region, which has its own language. Its character and history is reflected in Gaudi's Modernista architecture.
This is the Sagrada Familia, which is Gaudi's biggest monument, but unfortunately one that he didn't finish. He dedicated his life so much to it that when he died, he looked like a tramp and no one recognized him. Since then, the controversy has been how to finish this building, if at all. Oldest drinking fountain in Barcelona. I really needed that.
Spain is famous for its street life. Flamenco has its roots in the gypsies of Andalusia in the south. It's rarer to come across it in northern Spain. Terrassa is a small town 20 minutes from Barcelona. In July, they celebrate the Fiesta de Castells, which involves the tradition of building human castles.
Why do you do it?
Well, because it's a Catalan tradition and we are very proud to be Catalan. And because our group is like a big family, you know what I mean? A lot of different kind of people, and for us it's very important.
Castell used to be a folk dance, and the castles evolved from there. Men and women of all ages take part, and they have to train all year round.
Buses are the best way to get around Spain. They're cheap and efficient and more reliable than trains. This is my bus to Pamplona. It's going to take 5.5 hours to get there, but luckily there's Lou on board.
I'm heading to Pamplona for the famous Running of the Bulls, and from there I travel to San Sebastian on the north coast. Pamplona is in the Navarra, part of the Basque Country, and during the fiesta in midsummer, it gets overrun with visitors.
During the fiestas, you're so close. Yeah. And being in Pamplona, we had, 100 people surrounding you so tight in one corner. You don't want a hip sack on you, you don't want a bag on you. I even had a money pouch, a security pouch. I left it at the room. I just had some money in my passport, and it was all in my sock.
On the 6th of July, all hell breaks loose for the first day of the bull run, known as El Encierro.
This place is absolutely buzzing, and everybody is wearing red and white, which is obviously the festival colours, apart from me. So I've got to get my act together, but first I've got to find somewhere to stay. Hotels are booked out. You can try looking in the local paper because families advertise for rooms sometimes in here. Fingers crossed.
Sí.
Hola, habitaciones, por favor.
Sí, suba.
Hola.
Lo siento. Full.
Okay, thanks anyway. Adios.
Adios.
Well, that's that then. Park is my last option.
Taconera Park, near the city's cathedral, is a popular place for travellers to bed down.
Well, I've looked around Pamplona and it's just solid, it's nothing. And somebody said maybe... Yeah, I am. Do you want to, hang out with us for the day? That'd be really kind, actually. Hi. Hi, Shilpa.
Shilpa. We'll call you Sangria.
All right.
We've got dinner on if you want to have some dinner. Have you eaten?
Dinner, fantastic.
You've got enough, have we? Yeah?
We'll have to make do.
So I'll do the washing up in the morning.
In the morning?
Where am I sleeping? Out here?
What's your head?
Take it easy now, fellas.
See, Sangria. I'd like to see you get out of there.
Good night, Sangria.
So my new nickname is Sangria. Well, I slept pretty well last night, except for everyone that was walking past, fiestaing all night, talking, blah, blah, blah. That was a bit tiring, but today I think I'm going to give it a go, running with the bulls. The race starts at about 8, so I've got to get a move on. So, Charles, what do you do?
Well, I raise cattle and horses southwest of Wichita, Kansas on the southern plains.
So, what, bulls is your business?
Yes.
Yeah.
We raise a lot of rodeo stock, rough stock.
Yeah.
So I just come over here to run these bulls.
What do you have to do? Because I'm going to cry.
The other people are more dangerous than the bulls, actually. It's just a very tough situation. You're going to run over people falling on the ground. There's going to be people laying up the street. You're going to have to be watching for bulls all the time. Other people running over you all the time. You got to keep your space and run like hell.
And is it dangerous?
Yes, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. 2 years ago, one guy was killed. It happened because the guy fell to the floor, and he tried to get up, and then was when the bull hit him in the heart, and he was killed. Yes.
So what's your advice then for me when I run?
Okay, just run.
Just.
But don't forget the bulls.
It's seen as a test of skill and bravado to run alongside the bulls, but there have been several deaths, and each year hundreds are injured.
These people here, they are Spanish, so they won't like me saying this. It's cruel on bulls, it is. Yeah, fairness, it is. And this is the one time of the year bulls get their own back, when they run people down the street.
I decided not to run the bull race in the end because it is just too mad out there. There's too many drunk guys, too much pushing and shoving. You know, the bulls are dangerous, but the guys are even more dangerous, so I gave it a miss.
By contrast, the stone lifting contest seems quite tame.
Stone lifting is a very important sport in the Basque Country.
The men are like this, aren't they?
They're very romantic people.
How so romantic?
Romantic, I mean, they love the stones and this. For example, I love beautiful girls, but they love the stone. So they clean the stone and
They tend and care for the stones.
So
it's amazing. Right, 100 kilos, I'm just going to lift up.
Yeah. So, go down.
All I'm actually doing is just leaning over the stone. Okay. Okay, I'm going to lift it now. Watch, you better get...
Go.
Let's go. I'm giving birth.
Go.
I got it.
Every day, the Pamplona Fiesta ends with a bullfight in the centre of town.
I've never been to one of these before, and I'll tell you, the atmosphere's already going off and the fire hasn't even started. They keep throwing things. I'm covered in wine and like oranges and apples, and now they're just chucking, so it's just a chuck fest. It's kind of stopping and starting. I think there's a problem. Excuse me, what's going on here?
You know, ETA is a terrorist group in Spain.
The Basque separatists?
Yeah. Well, they just killed a guy 10 minutes ago. He's been found 10 minutes ago. So they just cancelled the bull race because it's not fiesta anymore. It's very bad.
This latest murder of the local politician by ETA is just one of a series of actions which have cost the lives of more than 100 people in the last 5 years.
San Familias is a really good fun festival, but it's pretty full on, so I reckon 2 days is enough. This year, it's been called off early because of what's happened, so I'm going to go off to San Sebastian. Just got to go and get my lift.
This December, Travel Channel brushes off the winter blues and heads off in search of some snow-filled entertainment. Join us as we discover all the fun to be had on the piste or in the best powder from around the globe. With countless programs dedicated just to snow, you'll find plenty of winter warmers to chill out to. So bomb down the slopes, head off piste, or just put your feet up with the Travel Channel this December and drop in for our unmissable chill-out zone. Thursdays from 7 on the Travel Channel.
The Travel Channel website is the place to warm up your December. In the news section, we go behind the scenes of the world's top movie destination, New Zealand. Check out our fantastic features and our video guide to New York. You could even win a week's holiday for two to the skiers' haven of Slovenia, courtesy of the Slovenian Tourist Board. And our magazine series Travel 2005 continues in the On TV section. Of course, there's our guide to all your favourite programmes, the Travel Channel website. The world's at your fingertips.
Forget Phileas Fogg, the Travel Channel is going around the world in just a day. We'll leave from London, cross the Channel into Central Europe, and work our way from the Med to the Middle East all before lunchtime. Then it's off to safari in South Africa, visit India, and have some playtime in China before venturing through Vietnam en route to Australia. By evening, we'll be touring the Americas before turning full circle to England with an alternative look at the capital. Around the world in a day this January the 1st on the Travel Channel.
Like when you get to full speed, you take it out of gear, and once it's out of gear, you go a lot faster because you get. We've actually got this up to 110. It was a bit shaky though.
Hundreds of Australians travel around northern Spain, and if you're heading to San Sebastian, you should be able to hitch a lift in a combi van.
Don't say that, now it's going to die.
But you going around Europe,
well,
that's what you'll remember, is like trucks breaking down and this and that.
Well, I do because I was stuck in London trying to get the van fixed while these guys were away. So I'm holding the grudge.
So do you have to do all the work?
Yeah.
You do?
Well, it's just you and me. I'm the only one that does any.
So we're just outside San Sebastian, aren't we, Trevor?
That's right.
And right here is the Cideria, which is a place where they make cider, which is a speciality in the Basque region.
We're going to see some action today.
Gets us away from those cider barrels.
Forming a half moon round the Bay of La Concha, San Sebastian is a beautiful seaside resort and the capital of the Basque province. San Sebastian has a reputation for confrontations between the police and ETA sympathisers, but today this murder provoked one of the biggest demonstrations ever against ETA.
How do you protest against ETA and what they do?
We protest by our silent gatherings of people, staying in silence for 15 minutes, and we also, sometimes we do big demonstrations in the big cities of the Basque Country.
that everyone should be silent now, but they're so angry inside that they can't hold it in, and they're just chanting, saying, ETA get out, killers, and tomorrow the whole of Spain's going to grind to a halt for a whole hour in protest. They're playing pelota, which is the Basque national game. It's a bit like squash, so you use your hands, and there's 4 people that play it.
San Sebastian is also a good place to sample other aspects of Basque culture, such as its extra delicious tapas known as pinchos.
Hola.
Hola, buenas.
Can I have some pinchos, please? Yeah? Well, how does it work here?
I'll show you if you want.
Yeah,
we want
be
something
nice.
to drink.
Yeah, some wine would be nice. Thank you. Yeah, what is this pinchos thing? How do you do it?
Pinchos is a kind of socializing here in the Basque Country. If you want to have lunch or you want something before having lunch, you come here to those bars and you ask for here. You pick up some pinchos. Oye, cojo uno.
What's this one?
That is it's a baby eels inside. You see? Here and salmon around.
Yes.
Okay. I put it here. I'm gonna try.
You try some. I think I'll go for some of this, which looks like how is that? Nice?
That is red pepper
and salmon.
Salmon.
That looks good.
Don't worry for the wine.
Oh, I can't leave my glass of wine behind.
Okay.
How is it different to tapas?
In the Basque Country, we have a lot of competitions between among the different chefs. Okay. And they prepare a new tapas and new pinchos every hour, every 2 hours.
But how is it different to other tapas in Spain?
Because of the freshness. Although I think that it's not the best bar, we could go to other places.
Yeah?
The best pinchos in San Sebastian.
The Basque region stretches from France all along the coast of northern Spain and includes a mountainous region around the Somiedo National Reserve.
Somiedo Park is Spanish cowboy country, but they're more like shepherds than Texas Rangers. It's a shame, really, because they're a dying breed now. Most of the young are going into the cities, and there's supposed to be wild bears around here. Hope I don't bump into any. Off I go.
Although Spain has a population of over 40 million, much of northern Spain is mountainous, with vast tracts of wilderness that are sparsely populated and offer lots of great trekking possibilities. Whether on foot, horseback or mountain bike, there's plenty of trails to explore. Trekking routes are available in nearby towns.
This place up here belongs to a guy called Super who makes clogs, because in the winter when it rains, that's what they wear around here. Hola! Hola, Super. They're beautiful, aren't they? Let me have a go. Oh, they're really roomy. It's a bit uncomfortable to walk in, no? What's this? Let me try some.
Claro, que estamos bien, nada, tranquila.
I prefer a glass.
La madreña es la clave. ¿Está bonita? Claro. A ver cómo te... Pasa, vete despacio y tienes que tirar hacia arriba.
Not all of Spain's national parks are open to visitors, but those that are, like Somiedo, offer all sorts of accommodation.
So a local farmer said I could stay here. It's called a tater, and this is where the shepherds come in the winter with their animals, but they don't live here anymore. Tonight I'm going to be really warm because this stone is sealed with cow dung.
The next leg of my journey takes me from the north coast into the centre of the country to the Spanish capital, Madrid. Madrid isn't one of Spain's most beautiful cities. It's modern with many sprawling suburbs, but it does have great art museums, plazas and palaces.
This flea market in Madrid, the Rastro, is the biggest in Europe. Good place to get lost in. Around here is where a lot of gypsy people have their stores, and if you spot a guy dressed all in black, he's the head honcho of the whole clan. In Spain, you can still pick up fascist memorabilia from the Civil War from stores like this. ¿Cuánto cuesta? That's about $5, but not for me. Thanks. I'm in the Reina Sofia, which is the modern art museum in Madrid. They've got everything here, Picassos, Miros, and even some Dalis. When Franco ordered the small Basque town of Guernica to be totally destroyed in the Spanish Civil War, Picasso was so outraged he painted this painting, Guernica, as a protest against war. Even though this is the capital city of Spain, between 2 and 6 o'clock, everything just shuts down for siesta time. So you can either make alternative plans for the afternoon or just do as the Spanish do.
Just outside Madrid is the Escuela del Batán, which gives you a glimpse of life for young aspiring bullfighters from all over the country.
I'm really excited because I'm just about to visit this bullfighting school, which is really famous because Cristina Sanchez, who's a top female bullfighter, trained here. She's encouraged lots of little girls to get involved with the profession, so hopefully I get to meet some tough little chiquitas. What does your mum and dad think about it? Are they happy you doing this?
No.
No?
No.
Apparently the pink is used at the beginning of the fight, the pink cape, and then when they're about to kill the bull, they swap it for the red, so that's the sign. So it takes about 7 years for them to train, from about 12 to 19, and then they go around all the local fiestas where they practice. That's where, hopefully, they get spotted by a professional matador who'll take them under his wing and introduce them to the big circuit. When you see this, together. It's like a little dance, isn't it?
Así y así.
Okay.
Todo.
Even though there's just a little boy controlling that thing, I know he would kill me if he had the chance.
No, 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 no. Aquí.
Okay, okay.
Mira. Vamos.
You little fiend.
Ya. Venga, corre, corre, corre. No, 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 no. Pa' allí, no. Pa' acá.
I stabbed it, though.
hire a car in Spain can be expensive. If you've got a friend to drive you around, then that's definitely the best option. From Madrid, my road trip takes me northwest through the cities of Segovia, Avila, Salamanca, and finally Zamora.
Okay, you see, we are crossing now the border. We were in Madrid, and now we are in Castilla León, which is another region of Spain.
Another region.
Another character.
Another country, another character.
Yeah, province of Segovia.
So what is that cross up there, that huge cross on the hill?
Wow, that's the place where Franco is buried. You know, for 40 years, Franco was always telling us we had to be proud of being Spanish.
Unified
now,
Spain.
Yeah, now it's the other extreme. So now we are proud of being Catalan, of being from Madrid, or being from the Basque Country, but not Spanish.
First stop is Segovia, best known for its spectacular aqueduct.
It's amazing, this Roman aqueduct, it's a freestanding structure, there's no cement or anything that's actually holding it up, but all these cars, you know, 100 years of pollution, and it's going down the drain, really. When Walt Disney saw this 15th century Alcazar castle, he liked it so much he recreated it for Disneyland, but I much prefer the original.
This vast region, Castilla León, is the old heartland of northern Spain. The people here have endured extremes of climate and poverty, and their culture is amongst the most traditional in Spain. Bull farms here specialize in raising bulls for the ring.
Retiré de matador de toros, pues compré la ganadería.
He used to be a matador.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Famous, huh?
And now it's when he gave up, he started with the farm.
So what they're doing here, it's like a mini bullfight. The matador gets to practice with the female cow, and at the same time they're testing her to see how wild she is, because it's, you know, a wild mother will create a good, strong bull for the actual fight.
These bulls are being prepared to go to the fight. They are living the way they want during 3 years, and then they are suffering for 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But so while they're here, they're very happy. Why is the bull so important to Spanish people?
¿Por qué es tan importante el toro en la cultura española?
Hombre, porque tiene música, tiene poesía, tiene vida, morimos por él.
Bull has music, bull has poetry, bull has life.
La vida de
Spanish culture.
Todo es tranquilidad, armonía y reposo.
Everything is harmony and not quick movement. They are more scared than you.
So I get to see a bullfight after all. How did bullfighting start?
We really don't know exactly, but what we know is it has Greek roots. And in the Greek mythology, there was the Minotaurus, who was half bull, half human being. So with killing the animal, what we try to do is making Minotaurus rational, human being, not wild.
Is that Cristina Sanchez?
Yeah. Are you enjoying it?
It's an experience.
Salamanca is one of the biggest university towns in Spain.
got so much beautiful architecture in it, isn't it?
Northern Spain has a wealth of medieval towns and cities. The university here is the oldest in Europe and popular with students from abroad who come to study Spanish.
You know what I love about this place, Hector? Is that there's no cars here, so all the buildings stay really clean, huh?
No cars here, no stress, just people,
Just chilling out.
stones. This very beautiful color of the stones.
Memories in the making with the Travel Channel.
This January, Travel Channel kicks off 2006 with a brand new schedule packed full of adventure. X-Quest takes endurance to a whole new level as we challenge human stamina to its limit. Dream Destinations puts luxury top of the agenda as we head to the world's most desirable locations. Then keep your evenings free as Globetrekker books out the 10 o'clock slot with amusing insights from around the world. And finally, Ruth England brings you all the latest travel tips with Travel 2006. Make a note. Keep the festivities going with the Travel Channel. Travel Channel brings you X-Quest,
Breaking new ground.
a brand new series that takes human endurance to its very limit,
We gotta keep on moving.
where teamwork is essential.
Storm's blowing in and we're battening down the hatches.
And good preparation can be a lifesaver.
Rumor has it there's a safety on it.
You gotta enjoy the unexpected.
We love piracy.
So that's what the trip's really about. Right now it doesn't look good.
Join us for a real test of stamina with X-Quest. The new series starts Friday, the 6th of January at 9.
Another 40 miles further on from Salamanca, my road trip ends in the medieval town of Zamora.
Listen, Hector, I had such a good time.
Yeah, me too. Do you want a hand?
No, I'll be fine, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a
So
lot.
see you soon.
Take care.
Okay.
Be good, Hector.
Bye.
Hola. You got any rooms?
Yes, we have. May I have
Passport?
one passport, please? Thank you.
One of the good things come out of the Franco era was that he converted these amazing monuments like castles and monasteries into 4-star hotels or paradors, which are relatively cheap, around $100 a night. Pretty good, huh?
Cheap, that is, if you've saved up for a special treat.
Buenos días.
Morning. Thank you, gracias.
Hasta luego.
This is good. It shows that view.
From Zamora, I'm on my own once again, travelling northwest to join the famous Pilgrim Trail, which crosses northern Spain and ends in Santiago de Compostela. From there, it's on to Cabo Finisterre on the Atlantic coast.
So I've got my credencial, which means that I can walk along the pilgrim route, and you can get these anywhere along the trail. I've got my staff, just like everybody else, and my scallop shell, which people used to drink out of in the olden days. And this is where I pick up the trail. Santiago's 250 kilometers that way. Wish me luck.
I joined the pilgrim trail at Rabanal, sleeping at 4 refugios on my way to Santiago: Villafranca, O Sobrero, Porto Marin and Arzua. The pilgrim trail was originally an important trade route across the north of the country. Nowadays, there's various routes stretching all the way from France and even Eastern Europe. The Apostle St. James preached the Christian faith in Spain, and by the 11th century, the pilgrim trail had become a religious journey, ending in Santiago, where it's thought he was buried.
God, am I pleased to see that. I hope the refugio's up here. Hello.
¿Qué tal? Hello.
How are you? So refugios like this are for pilgrims only, and they're free. Jesus just signing me in, and then he's going to stamp my credencial to show that I've walked this far. Thanks, Jesus.
Yo sabía que decías que cogíamos.
I don't know, but I will say yes to it. Do you think it's funny to go on holiday and like walk for miles?
Yeah, but then that's part of it. It's all right going to these countries like Greece and so on for
Yeah.
some sunshine, but people want a little bit more.
Yeah.
And this is a whole lot more.
Yeah.
You come up the hill and it's just a
like magic.
tarpaulin tent and it looks higgledy-piggledy and upside down, and you come in and it's wonderful. It's like a huge family living room.
In the days of the Spanish Inquisition, witchcraft was big in the Galicia region, and they say it's still around today. This potion, the witch's cocktail, is a traditional brew to ward off evil spirits. It's poured from an old jar, then poured back, so that over the years this same drink has been tasted by thousands of pilgrims.
Que todo sea luz. Que ahora la cámara que nos ruede, que tome un poco.
At last. That is a profoundly alcoholic drink. This is where I'm sleeping. There's people everywhere. Come in. The most amazing thing about this place is that so many famous people have come to stay here, like St. Francis of Assisi, a saint, Prince of Spain, even Shirley MacLaine have slept in these beds, maybe even mine. Anyway, I've got to go to sleep. Good night.
If you're going to tackle the pilgrim route, aim to walk about 25 miles a day, but don't expect it to be all green hills and lush pastures.
It's not all beautiful scenery, this route, I've realised, but, you know, thousands of years ago, this place must have been all fields.
At an altitude of 4,000 feet, O Sobrero is a tiny wind-battered settlement of stone houses and one of the most isolated spots on the Pilgrim Trail.
So I've just crossed from the region of Castilla to Galicia, where here it's much more hilly and lush, and, you know, people warn me that after a couple of hours of walking on your own, you'd get a bit detached and a bit lonely in it, and, you know, it is like that.
Thousands of people walk the Pilgrim Trail every year, most of them in the summer months. For some it's a physical challenge or a time of solitude, but for many it has a religious purpose.
So did you get a lot of blisters on your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of people have you met?
I've met people who are doing it because they need time.
Yeah.
And people who are doing it just for sport even.
Yeah. So do you think it's changed you a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's changed me a great deal.
I tell you, I'm shattered and my feet hurt. I'm stopping here for the night. Santiago. I can't believe I made it this far. Thankfully, as a pilgrim, I've got somewhere to stay at the monastery, which is just around the corner, I hope.
If you get to Santiago in midsummer, you'll find it's fiesta time and places to stay are hard to find. Try the Seminario Menor, a boarding school for priests, which has been turned into a hostel. For about $15 a night, you can get your own hot shower. Santiago is one of Spain's most stunning cities. It's also a lively place with no shortage of cafes and bars, which specialise in tasty seafood snacks.
Hola. Hola. Una cerveza, por favor.
Una cerveza.
Orella?
Orella.
Orella.
Orella de porco.
Yeah, orella. Whatever that is. Cheapest thing on the menu. What is this?
Esto, la oreja de cerdo, está muy rico. De esto de oreja de cerdo.
This looks like the
La oreja de cerdo este de... Está muy rico, hay que comer un poco.
So it is the
Es la
nose of the
gastronomía
pig.
de aquí de Galicia, mojar, venga.
They say the Spanish eat everything of the pig, apart from the oink.
No, por favor.
Santiago is Spanish for St. James, the patron saint of Spain, and July the 25th is the anniversary of his death. Many pilgrims coincide their walk to end with the festival. This giant incense burner inside the Santiago Cathedral was originally used in medieval days to cover up the stench of pilgrims after their mammoth hike.
Hi, pilgrims.
Kind of.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kind of. Where are you from?
France.
Oh, right.
Brittany.
So you walk from France to
Yes.
to Santiago?
Yeah,
We started on the other side of the Pyrenees.
Yeah.
So we walked about 400 to 500 kilometers.
Yeah. How was it?
Great. Actually, I just realized I want to do it again, but from further.
What would your advice be for like other pilgrims?
Do not go in in groups with too many people because it changes everything. If you walk in small groups of up to 5, I think maximum, then you get to meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting this way.
In the evening, an Islamic facade covering the front of the cathedral is set on fire. It symbolises turning the Moors out of Spain in the 15th century and victory for the Catholic faith. In the Middle Ages, after reaching the festival in Santiago, some pilgrims continued west to the Atlantic coast and ended their pilgrimage here.
This place is known as Cabo Finisterre, which means the end of the world, because people thought that it was. That is, until Columbus discovered America. I really didn't know what to expect from North Spain, but the culture here is so fantastic, especially as it's rooted in its medieval past. But I'll tell you something, I'm glad I did the Pilgrim Trail, because I've eaten so much good food that by now I should be the size of a bull.
Next week on the 1st of January, join us on a trip around the world in a day. We're in the Amazon at 10:30. After the break, luxury getaways in Ireland.
Forget Phileas Fogg, the Travel Channel is going around the world in just a day. We'll leave from London, cross the Channel into Central Europe, and work our way from the Med to the Middle East all before lunchtime. Then it's off to safari in South Africa, visit India, and have some playtime in China before venturing through Vietnam en route to Australia. By evening, we'll be touring the Americas before turning full circle to England with an alternative look at the capital. Around the world in a day this January the 1st on the Travel Channel. Keep your eyes peeled as Travel Channel brings some luxury to your screens.
There are delights to be explored here that you simply will not find in any other city.
Now, this isn't just your average coffee table. You can actually feed the fish from the comfort of your own bedroom.
We head off in search of idyllic locations from around the globe to relax and inspire you and provide the perfect tonic to your winter blues.
Merci beaucoup, thank you.
Don't miss Dream Destinations. The new series premieres Thursday, the 5th of January at 8:30.
I thought that I had a brilliant idea in renting this very, very old but very, very cool British car. But it only goes about 5 miles an hour if I'm lucky. Oh my God!
"10 kilometers long and using over 1 million light bulbs, the Blackpool Illuminations form one of the biggest light shows in the world, and from the beginning of September through to the beginning of November, attract over 3.5 million visitors to the English seaside resort. Illuminations first brought visitors to Blackpool back in 1879, when just 8 Siemens arc lamps bathed the promenade in what was then described as artificial sunshine. It was the first experiment in electric street lighting and an immediate hit, attracting more than 100,000 people from across the UK. It also showed local businessmen a way of keeping holidaymakers spending through the bleak autumn months. Nowadays, as other resorts wind down, Blackpool season is just beginning. The Illuminations are a massive annual undertaking costing £2.4 million, and it's all free. The man responsible for managing it has been a fan since the age of 7.
I've always loved the Illuminations. From being a small child in Sheffield, my dad used to take me to watch them put up their Illuminations, and always wanted to come to Blackpool, and wrote here for a job when I was 12 years old, and now we've got this fantastic spectacle we put on amidst all this world of technology and special effects. It has a certain sophistication and warmth about it that people still love and find appealing.
Come the autumn, it's easy to see how a little sparkle lifts Blackpool spirits. The skies turn grey, the wind whistles in across the Irish Sea, and even famous attractions like the Tower and the Pleasure Beach hold little charm. September, of course, is the UK's party political conference season, and the Imperial Hotel is the nerve centre. All the British parties have used Blackpool as a venue, and photos of past Prime Ministers can be seen in the hotel's number 10 bar. In contrast, the illuminations keep the summer holiday spirit alive. This year, Blackpool is celebrating the 125th anniversary of Edison's electric light bulb with a new attraction, a Festival of Light.
The idea of the Festival of Light is to change the way we do illuminations into Blackpool and add a new way of doing things. We have the traditional display on the promenade, but we've moved lights into the town centre this year and brought in an influx of different artists, new forms of creativity, and we're using light in a different way to attract different people and yet keep the main traditional thing going at the same time.
This approach is reflected in many of the installations. Michael Trainor's They Shoot Horses, Don't They is the world's largest mirror ball. 40,000 mirrored squares provide a contemporary canvas for an innovative lighting design. Trainor's also responsible for the 5-metre tower of Blackpool recycled waste above the council offices. Other highlights include a full-size light-up Frisian at Woolworths entitled A Cow Attempts to Deceive the Butcher by Pretending to be a Fairground Attraction. 72 pulsar chromospheres hanging like exotic fruit from a 40-foot-high magic tree in the middle of Ginn Roundabout. And a Cinderella-like awning of stars and chandeliers entitled Wonderland Canopy along Corporation Street. Tying the whole event together is an interactive exhibition on the history of the illuminations at the Solaris Centre on the new South Promenade. It's this investment of time and creativity that illustrates the illuminations' continuing importance for Blackpool's tourism.
The illuminations are at the very heart of Blackpool's future plans, and over the next 10 years, with the increase in low-budget airline travel, we hope to be welcoming a lot more visitors from all over Europe to come and share in this 66-night extravaganza in Blackpool.
Blackpool's illuminations are one of the most traditional attractions in the UK, and while they may not have the sheer scale of a Las Vegas, thanks to innovative thinking, it looks as though they have a future, and will see this popular British seaside resort safely through the 21st century.
Sunshine on the cards for much of the Middle East on Monday, some cloud around Tel Aviv. The UV will be medium, so use A10 to 20. To Egypt and the Gulf region, overcast around the coast of Alexandria, sunny in Cairo with medium UV. Flying off to Morocco and surrounding areas, mostly overcast here with low UV only. The Canaries will be cloudy at times with some showers for some of the islands, medium UV. Flying stateside now, beautiful sunshine in Florida and feeling nice and warm with medium UV. A similar day further south for Miami and the Florida Keys with medium UV, don't forget your factor of 10 to 20. Sunny on the whole with variable amounts of cloud along the Yucatan Peninsula, medium UV at 6. And finally Caribbean-wise, showery rain for some of the islands, the UV will stay high though.
Next Sunday, don't miss us going around the world in a day here on the Travel Channel. Things kick off at 7 in the morning. Right now, luxury getaways in Ireland.